Hi, this is Johnny L. and welcome to the 5th video in the Happiness course. Because this is an introductory course to emotional intelligence, we're going to come at happiness from a lot of different angles, and today we're going to look at happiness from the angle of the opposite of upset, a very powerful and useful thing to understand. Let's consider expectations. Expectations are a part of life. They are a way we picture and plan for the present and the future. I expect to get a raise when I work hard. I expect my friends to make time for me. I expect my computer to work right now in the present. Expectations are important to living our life successfully. However, notice that expectations often turn into pressures like stress, anxiety, and worry. Expectations cause distress because we are worrying, fussing, and fearing about the future. If the boss hasn't been in a good mood lately and you expect her to treat you well, and you're thinking as you go into work about how she's going to treat you, you have all this stress and worry over the expectations about your boss and your job, right? It's just how it works. One of the biggest causes of upset in life is a very good thing to understand. If you can understand one of the biggest causes of upsets, you can actually have some control over it. So one of the biggest causes of upset, a very useful thing to ponder, is unmet expectations. When we have our expectations and they are not met, we can get very upset. So a lot of the upsets you've had in your life are because of expectations that weren't met. And a lot of the upsets you're going to have in your future are for this very reason, like a lot of them, 30-40% of your upsets, maybe 50%, for the rest of your life are going to be about unmet expectations. So you expect a friend to call or meet you and they don't. You get upset, if they stand you up at a restaurant. You expect a raise at work and don't get one. Oh yeah, that'll cause upset. You expected your lover to treat you well. It was your anniversary and they forgot. Oh, there's some upset. Oh, look at this. You expected leftover pizza in the fridge and someone ate it. Leftover pizza. Expectations work at the smallest of levels to the largest of levels. Now this is normal. It's how the mind works. We all know this. You will always have expectations about your life and how it should unfold, right? That's the way it works. However, we get attached to our expectations, rigidly attached. We feel upset when they don't work out because we think we need it to work out exactly the way we expect it. We feel that life or others have let us down, and it causes us a lot of grief and anger and sadness when our expectations are not met. How could you eat my pizza? I hate you. To be happier, do something different. And that is to release attachment to expectations. You're going to have expectations for all of your life. You just don't need to be rigidly attached to them working out all the time the way that you want. It's not that hard to do. There's different approaches. Here's one of them. Tell yourself, it would be nice if my expectation happened, and okay if it doesn't. Just try that on your head. One way to be unupset, the opposite of upset, is to remind yourself, it would be great if X happened. And, I'm okay if it doesn't. I'd really like Y to work out. And I'm okay if it unfolds differently. Just think about that for a sec. And try it right now on one of your expectations. Pause this video at the end of this slide and try on in your mind, it would be nice if that happened, and okay if it unfolds differently. Pick one of your expectations and just try that out. Our expectations are a bit like gift-wrapped presents, and we hope that what we want is in the box when we open it, when we get to the future, when we get to the work, and we hope that the boss is going to treat us the right way. But you know, sometimes you open the box and it's something different is in there than what you expected. See if mentally you could accept whatever you actually got and move on. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you're testing a new skill. It's just trying to relax attachment to our expectations. Start to free yourself from attachment. You know, your expectations don't have to dominate you. It takes the pressure off. You can relax more. It's a lifelong work, but it pays off 1,000% as you develop the skill to be less attached to your own expectations. Now, go for what you want 100%. This isn't about goofing off. It's not about being lackadaisical. Oh, I don't care if it happens. You know, you want something to happen, go for it. Just practice being less attached to the results. Some things work out, some things don't. You don't actually control everything in your universe. You never will be able to. It's good sometimes to go with the flow instead of pushing against the river. Here's the truth about life. What big truth is behind these closed hands? And the truth about life is that things always work out the way that they do. Not the way that you want, the way that they do. The best laid plans, you know what they say, you make your plans and then things are going to happen, and not always the way that you want. Expect the best in your life. Go for it. But notice that things always work out the way that they do. And be grateful for what you get. Look, if you have planned to meet a friend at a restaurant and they stand you up, you can be really unhappy and hate them and how could they do this to me or whatever. Or you can just be grateful that you have a friend, and sometimes life is busy and other things happen for them. And you can learn to dance with what life gives you. You've been learning to dance your whole life because things haven't always worked out the way you wanted, haven't you? There are whole books and philosophies on this. It's a very good thing to begin to get good at. Work on being less attached to your expectations. Be more present with what is actually unfolding in your life. Remember walking in the forest, being present as opposed to being in your head? And you'll notice yourself becoming happier. Here's your happiness homework. For the next week, notice something in the future you're worrying about. And if you're worrying about it, you've got an expectation or hope. So what is it that you hope or expect to have happen? And how much pressure or distress is it causing you? Just notice. Then try this on. I'd like Y to work out, and I'm okay if it unfolds differently around this issue. Just try that on. Remind yourself that it will work out the way that it does, and remind yourself that you can dance with whatever unfolds. And see if this relieves any pressure. Now, when you're the opposite of upset, are you happier? Well, find out for yourself. In the next video, you'll learn about the power of focus to increase your happiness. It's a very exciting thing, so stay tuned and see you soon.